I believe in freedom of speech. I believe in the right to be allowed to have an opinion. If people want to believe Meghan Markle, that's entirely their right. I don't believe almost anything that comes out of her mouth. And I think the damage she's done to the British monarchy and to the Queen at a time when Prince Philip is lying in hospital is enormous and frankly contemptible. So if I have to fall on my sword for expressing an honestly held opinion about Meghan Markle and that diatribe of bilge that she came out with in that interview, so be it.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and Lord help me, I'm going to cover this interview, well, really just Piers Morgan's reaction and the backlash to having what I would consider a totally normal take. So two multimillionaires interviewed with a billionaire yesterday or a couple days ago on I don't know, Oprah, one of the billionaires' TV networks, and they all were talking about how they were oppressed, whatever it was. You know, a billionaire interviews two multimillionaires about how they're oppressed. And I thought the whole thing was ridiculous. And then I saw that 17 million people tuned into it, and I immediately lost faith in humanity. I can't understand why anyone cares. Maybe they were all in the UK. Like, no disrespect. I know I have a lot of viewers in the UK. I don't understand why there's still a queen or princesses. I don't care. And I think that that's a fair position to have. Doesn't affect me. I'm sure there are lots of people in the UK that don't understand why they still exist too. But that's neither here nor there. What ends up happening is in this interview, Meghan Markle makes all sorts of wild claims. And then it wasn't necessarily about like the claims themselves that were particularly noteworthy, but just how hilariously overacting, you know, how hilarious it was that, you know, she, a multi-millionaire currently staying in Tyler Perry's house with free security provided by Tyler Perry, again, super oppressed, you know, was living the hard life. The idea that anybody watched that and felt bad for this woman or Prince Harry or whatever his name is it's just hilarious to me. These people have lived an entire life of privilege that none of us will ever understand. I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for you if the royal family, you know, was wondering what that your baby was going to be a shade darker than normal. I don't know. And again, by the way, these were things that were said, but not substantiated. She didn't name names. What Meghan Markle basically did was the ultra-privileged Hollywood version of a twitlonger talking about my truth. Now, maybe this was said. At the end of the day, who cares? It's ridiculous to me. And then she talked about how she was thinking about ending it all, and it was just so, they didn't provide her private security for their baby, and that was just so bad. They had to spend their own money. Oh, actually, wait, they used their Hollywood connections. The whole concept is ridiculous. And Piers Morgan is, you know, somebody who's hot or cold. You know, he's had some good takes before. He's also had some garbage takes, in particular, some takes on how he views Americans. But Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, made a formal complaint. She literally whined about it. Meghan Markle complained to ITV about Piers Morgan's comments. What were Piers Morgan's comments? That he didn't believe her, which is entirely his right. ITV announced Tuesday that Morgan will be leaving the program that he himself hosted, Good Morning Britain, after he cast doubt on whether Meghan had self-harm thoughts, a major revelation from her blockbuster interview with Oprah Winfrey. Again, mental health, affects all of us, regardless of our station in life. Is it possible that she's telling the truth? Of course. Is it possible she's also full of bologna sausage? Of course. So what Piers said was a very reasonable take. Morgan questioned whether the Duchess was being truthful about having these thoughts. His comments sparked a huge controversy in Britain, and he was rebuked by the mental health charity Mind. UK media regulator Ofcom said that it received over 41,000 complaints about Monday's edition about Good Morning Britain and had launched an investigation under its, quote, harm and offense rules. So it's against the law to question somebody? It's not like he said, I know for a fact she's full of it. It's not like he said, good, I hope she does it. All of these things would be, not a great comment to make, but, well within his rights in America. Too bad he doesn't live here. Not that there wouldn't be outrage here in America if he said something like that. I think that it's a really dangerous thing when mental health gets weaponized. You see it all the time, right? On social media, when somebody starts getting a bunch of backlash, they'll often say they'll use mental health as a shield. And it's impossible to know if they're telling the truth or not. And so, the right thing, the only safe thing to do is just to leave it be. We saw this, quite frankly, with the Etika situation. Even I got caught. I thought he was clout chasing. I didn't, and all this. And he ended up, and it ended up being very real. And I regret that. But there are also a lot of people that use it as a shield. Anytime they get pushback, I got to check myself in because I'm getting too much pushback about this horrible thing I did or said. It's a minefield. On Wednesday, he said, I've had time to reflect on this opinion, and I still don't believe her, Morgan tweeted. If you did, okay. Freedom of speech is a hill I'm happy to die on. Thanks for the love and the hate. I'm off to spend more time with my opinions. This is after he simply walked out. He walked out of his own show, and I don't blame him. And again, by the way, Piers Morgan is not exactly going to suffer for this either. He's worth $15 to $20 million minimum too. But a day after Piers Morgan unexpectedly departed from Good Morning Britain, his suddenly former co-host addressed the elephant in the room on Wednesday, who anchored the show alongside Morgan for more than 5 years, tackled the issue by stating that Morgan's absence, for better or worse, would be felt. Piers and I have disagreed on many things, that the dynamic was one of the things viewers liked about the programming. He is without a doubt an outspoken, challenging, opinionated, disruptive broadcaster. Reed conceded Morgan has a lot of critics and fans, and the news of his departure would strike a nerve with both. It's certainly going to be very different, but the show goes on. Well, yeah, of course. You see, on Monday, I said I didn't believe Meghan Markle in her Oprah interview. I've had time to reflect on this opinion, and I still don't. If you did, okay, freedom of speech is a hill I'm happy to die on. And I don't disagree here. And so he puts out the Churchill quote. Some people's idea of free speech is that they are free to say what they like, but if anyone says anything back, that is an outrage. And it's being, Piers Morgan leaving after storming on set after his attacks on Meghan. Attacks? He simply said, look, I don't believe you. Is he not allowed to have, is he not allowed to question it? This whole thing is insane to me. And this weird worship of somebody who's done nothing, to actually, earn it. She's born into wealth. She will continue to have wealth no matter what she does. Same with Prince Harry or whatever his name is. Like, I'm sorry, but don't care. Don't care about these people other than, outside of any normal human being. And Twitter is, losing their mind. And look, if there are UK people who watch my videos and are upset that, I'm also questioning some of the things she said, I just doubt it. I doubt I would have viewers like that. So now he quit. Did he have to storm off? Nah, probably not, but that's probably the most Piers Morgan thing he could do. I mean, he used to have a show on CNN, and then, so he's going to land on his feet. He also tweeted that this week's chaos at Good Morning Britain wasn't all bad. Good Morning Britain beat BBC Breakfast in the ratings yesterday for the first time, he claimed. My work is done. I don't know. I couldn't care less about the royal family. I'm sure maybe you do. During the interview, Meghan said she didn't want to be alive anymore, and she'd contemplated doing bad things while pregnant with her son, Archie. She said the royal family had told her she couldn't seek help because it wouldn't be good for the institution. But Meghan Markle hasn't ever been one to listen to them anyway. And I don't know. Maybe she's telling the truth. Even if she is telling the truth, it's absolutely Piers Morgan's right to question that. You shouldn't be able to use that as a shield because it delegitimizes people with actual problems. If you want me to believe you, go get help. Check in somewhere. See a doctor. Talk about that. Don't just say, toss something out there, then refuse to name names when you say, oh, the royal family was concerned that my child would have darker skin. Who said that? Well, I'm not going to say. So what was it? A gardener? Or was it the queen? I mean, what exactly are you accomplishing here except for more clout? By the way, this is the woman that whose husband was caught on tape cringe begging Bob Iger to give her a voiceover role in some Disney movie. Sorry, not sorry. Don't care about the royal family. Don't care about Meghan Markle. She seems to have the prince's balls in her purse anyway. So, I don't know. It's messed up. I hope you enjoyed this video, though. Good for you, Piers. Go start a YouTube channel. You probably make more money. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.